Hi guys, Michael here. So what you're watching right now is me doing a run on Dead Cells, and the reason I'm doing this as a voiceover is because I recorded this to show me going through some of the time doors while I talk to you, because that's what this one's about, the time doors. I do get asked about it, where they are, what kind of times you've got, so I'm going to answer that one for you. So we start with the prison cells, of course, and you've got two doors you can go through. One goes to the Promenade of the Condemned, the other one to the Toxic Sewers. Now both of those have a time door, so you can't get through but you can't do both in one run. So therefore you're going to have to do more than one run if you want to get both of them. Now each one also has one scroll of power. So one of the scrolls that lets you choose in the bottom left corner, which lets you choose one of them. Well, each one, the Toxic Sewers and the Promenade of the Condemned, has one of those in there. However, the Promenade of the Condemned also has a blueprint. Okay. Now, of course, you can only pick that up once, and then it's just as good to go for that as the Toxic Sewer. There's no difference. But in both of them, if you haven't been through a time door yet, you go through. It's like an egg timer, and if you get there before it closes, you can go through, and in there you'll find some gems to pick up. You'll find some scrolls of power, sometimes one or two. Some places don't have one. I think there's a few that don't have them. But usually they'll have one or two, and then they'll usually have like a little pod that you can open up that gives you some cells that you can give to the collector. So, Promenade of the Condemned, Toxic Sewers, 2 minutes, 1 scroll each. From there, you've got the Ramparts and the Ossuary. Now, you can get to the Ramparts and the Ossuary from the Promenade of the Condemned. You can get to either door from there, either of those levels from there. From the Toxic Sewers, you can only get to the Ramparts. You can't get to the Ossuary. So if you want to get the one at the Ossuary, you've got to go through the Promenade of the Condemned. Now, the Ramparts and Ossuary doors, they close at 8 minutes 30 seconds. They've both got 2 scrolls of power in there. So they're worth getting, because, I know, especially the Ossuary, because the Ossuary also has a blueprint. So if you go to the first time you go to the Ossuary, you'll get some gems, you'll get some cells, but you'll also get a blueprint, and you'll get 2 scrolls of power, which is nice. And then, as I say, the Ramparts are the same, 8:30, but you just get the 2 scrolls of power, some cells, and the gems. The next one is the Black Bridge. So of course, at some point you'll fight a boss. It's either the incomplete one or the Watcher. If you go the path of the Black Bridge, which is the incomplete one, once you've killed him and you go back to the collector to give your cells, there's a time door right in front of you, usually. So just open that up, go through, and as long as you get to that before 17 minutes 30, that's 17 minutes 30, then you will get through it. It locks after 17 minutes 30. And that, believe me, is actually very, very easy to do. The hardest part of this is getting to the Promenade of the Condemned or the Toxic Sewers within 2 minutes. Once you've done that, the rest actually is easy. You save a hell of a lot of time. I've got through to the Black Bridge one with like 8 minutes spare. So, and of course that always builds on to the next one then. So it's good. One last thing about the Black Bridge one is you also get a black blueprint on there. There's 3 blueprints in the game. One at the Promenade. There's 3 blueprints behind time doors in this game. One behind the Promenade of the Condemned door, one behind the Ossuary's door, and one behind the Black Bridge door. There'll be a blueprint behind each of those. Okay? So the next one is Fog Fjord or Graveyard. The Fog Fjord is 19 minutes and has 1 scroll. Graveyard is 19 minutes 30 and has 2 scrolls. Right? Remember, this is the overall time as it reads in the bottom corner. It doesn't mean you've got an extra 19 minutes. No. It's where, if you look at that clock in the bottom right corner, when that hits 19 minutes, the Fog Fjord doors closes. 19 minutes 30, the Graveyard door closes. So make sure you're there before then. Okay? And then, the next door, and the last door actually I should say, out of the 8, is the Forgotten Sepulchre, which is 24 minutes. And that's got 2 scrolls. 2 scrolls of power. Okay? So, there you go. As long as you get to the last door in 24 minutes, you should make it. Now, as I said, 3 of them have got blueprints. Promenade of the Condemned, Ossuary, and the Black Bridge. So, There you go. That tells you all the places and the times. Now we're going to have a look at the map real quick. So let's talk about this map that you see right now before you. And this is important to kind of plan your route. If you're going to go through the doors, if you're going to try for the time doors, plan your route, know which is the best way to go beforehand. So, as you can see on the far left, we start at the prison cells. Now, it branches up to the Promenade of Condemned, or it branches down to the toxic sewer. Both of them, as we've said already, do have a time door. So obviously you can't get both of them. So you're going to have to get one first time, one second time. They're only 2 minutes. Then you can go up to the prison depths. I'll talk about that some other time, the prison depths. There is a good reason to go up there. But, so you can go to the prison depths, but mainly from the Promenade of the Condemned, you'll either go to the ossuary, which again does have a time door. You can go to the ramparts, which again does have a time door. But from the Promenade of the Condemned, you can only go to those two. Whereas from the toxic sewers, you can go to the old sewer, which doesn't have a time door, but you can go to the ramparts that does. So from the Promenade, you can get to two time doors. From the toxic sewer, you can get to one by going through to the back to the ramparts. But of course, if you want to fight the Watcher, then you do have to go through the toxic sewer, because if you go through the ramparts, you're not going to make it to the Watcher. So again, that's just something else to remember. From that step, you can go from the ossuary, you can get to the Black Bridge. From the ramparts, you can get to the Black Bridge, and then, as I've just said, from the old sewer, you get to the Watcher at the insufferable crypt. Then, don't forget, the Black Bridge one has the one after the Black Bridge does have a time door again, which is 17 minutes 30. Then from there, if you go to the Black Bridge, you can go to the Fog Fjord next, or you can go to the Slumbering Sanctuary. Whereas if you went to the Watcher, you can go to the Slumbering Sanctuary or to the Graveyard. And we do have one at the Graveyard that's 19 minutes 30, but we also want at the Fog Fjord that's on 19 minutes. So as you can see, you kind of see it pattern here. You can't actually get both. You're going to have to do separate runs to get everything, to get all the time doors. And then we also, of course, from the Fog Fjord, you can go to the Clock Tower, or you can go to the Forgotten Sepulchre, which, if you go to the Forgotten Sepulchre, there is a time door there, and that was 24 minutes. So there you go, you want to be there for 24 minutes. So path you might go if you want to do all the time doors one way is, say, Promenade of Condemned, Ramparts, Black Bridge, that's 3 there, Fog Fjord, that's 4, and then go down to the Forgotten Sepulchre, that's 5, and then you can go to the Clock Room, and then on to the castle. So that one path is 5 time doors, and then you can mop the other 3 up, going back on the way by going to the toxic sewers, and then kind of redoing it that way. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, if you memorise this map, you can work out your path either way. But that's the time doors, and I hope that helps out. So I hope you enjoyed this run. As you can see, I have managed to make it through to the promenade, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and next time I will be doing some more tips for this game, and we might have a look at a few. I think there's a couple more weapons I want to look at, and also there's the castle level that I want to actually have a look at with you too. Okay? So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. You take really good care, and goodbye for now.